Hi. It's a noun, and it's expensive, ostentatious clothing and jewelry or the wearing of them. Okay? So I'll be looking out for anyone with bling. I'm not a bling person. Last time we got together was March 9th of 2016 at FGCU. A lot of people here remember it. We were training for Athena, which was a little bit of a nightmare. We hope this to be different. So let me ask you a question. Can everyone stand up?
We're very different approaches.
All right. I'm guessing that everyone remembers when they started here. Their month, the year, their start date. And what I want to do is this. I'm going to say a date, and if you started after that date, you sit down. Okay? We got it? All right. Here we go. January 1st of 2017. Who started after that? Sit down. January 1st. All right. June 1st of 2016. Who started after that? Sit down. For those of you who don't understand, started after that.
Like, listen.
Sit down. All right. January 1st of 2016. January 1st, 15 months ago. Gene? All right. June 1st of 2015. You started after that. All right. You don't have to, if you just guess. January 1st of 2015. All right. And dwindling. June 1st of 2014. Ah. These are our OGs. Our original gangsters. I should have looked up what original gangster was, but I didn't. But Phil and Christina, Kathy, Erica, Cassie, Lizzie, Sharon, we thank you. You were here before I was, and these are the OGs. And Stephanie Frost, I forgot about that. So thank you. All right, here's another group of people I want to recognize. The front desk staff of every office. Nancy, Maria, Angie, Janice, Rose, Khadijah, Olga, Nellie, Christy, Joanna. Please stand up. If I miss anybody, I apologize. If you're a front desk staff, please stand. These women are on the front lines. You guys all know that. They are in many ways the face of our organization. Our patients know them. They know our patients. They are the first to get yelled at. They are the first to be hung up on. They sometimes become therapists. And they're not licensed. When a provider shows up late, they're the first to cover for you. When a provider doesn't want to take a patient back because they're 5 minutes and 27 seconds late, they're the first to get shit on. Excuse my language. These women deserve a standing ovation. So next time you're really late or you don't want to take a patient back, just remember there's somebody on the other end that has to take the heat. So we got to remember that. Okay, so we've grown from the couple people that were standing in a small office off of Metro to over 115 people in 4 offices, 4 main offices and 4 locations that we share with Millennium Physician Group and Family Health Centers. In 2016, as a company, you all completed 50,000 visits. Speech, OT, behavior, mental health therapy, and psychiatry visits. That's approximately 200 visits per day. In 2017, we are projected to complete 78,000 visits, or approximately 312 visits a day. That's completely outstanding. We thank you, your patients thank you, this community thanks you. Lizzie's vision of providing a comprehensive clinic to care for children and families has come true. She has worked tirelessly to make this happen. We are truly one-of-a-kind organization. Without Lizzie's efforts and all of your hard work, we would not be able to help so many people. Before I get into my main talking points, though, I want to highlight 2 things in the horizon that will help us and our community. First, we've applied for an appropriation with the state of Florida. Some of you may have seen the Facebook video. That's an interesting little process. We applied with the state, and we had to get a Senate sponsor and a House sponsor, and you know, everyone talks about how sausage is made in the legislature. Well, that's what's happening as we speak. The Florida legislature is only in session 60 days. It's basically March 1 to May 1. And right now, there's about 10 days left. We are in the Senate bill, and we are trying to get in the House bill, and they always disagree with each other, and they fight each other, and they want to have different arguing points and different leverage. So we'll know in the next, I would say, 2 weeks, if we got the appropriation that we requested for. It's a $730,000 appropriation to help children with autism obtain the services that they need. They're debating the budget as we speak, and we'll know probably in the next 10 days to 2 weeks. It's an extremely complicated legislative body, as you can imagine, and everyone's fighting for dollars, and they don't have any money, and so who knows what will happen. The next thing on the horizon is TMS. Lizzie had spoken about TMS. TMS is transcranial magnetic stimulation. We have agreed to purchase 2 TMS machines, and with an option to purchase a 3rd. TMS it involves the use of a very short pulsed magnetic field to stimulate nerve cells in the brain regions known to affect mood. This will be another tool for our psychiatry providers to help with people with depression. And a lot of the patients that we have depression on the psychiatric side. And so we'll be rolling that out in the next probably 6 weeks.
Insurance covers it.
Insurance covers it. Most insurance covers it. There's a lot of work to be done on the back end, authorization, make sure that insurance accepts the patient. We're going to make sure they've tried, there's going to be a huge training for the psychiatric providers. Make sure that they've tried different medications and they failed. There's things that need to be done and documented before we get authorized to do it. But the main point of my speech, which Lisa will love, is that everything affects everything. And Lizzie pointed to it earlier, but I'll explain. Everything affects everything. I'll need your involvement though. I'm going to announce departments, and when I announce your department, we're going to stand up, kind of like we did before. This is kind of so no one falls asleep as well. Dr. Furr? I know. So we're in the business of helping people. At the end of the day, we help people. But people don't just show up at the doorstep. They have to come from somewhere. So where do they come from? Well, Lizzie and Phil visit pediatricians' offices, primary care groups, neurologists, pain management docs, schools, you name it, they go. They explain what we do, how we can help the patient, and hopefully we get a referral. So Lizzie and Phil, please stand up. The next thing that happens is the physician remembers his or her visit with Phil and Lizzie, and they decide to refer a patient to us for whatever service. The patient calls the call center. Call center, please stand up. Broomy or Aaron or Nellie or whoever else answers the phone and takes the information down and books them either with an intake or directly with a provider. So can the care coordinators please stand up? But before this happens, how do we determine what insurance we accept? How do we get added to those plans? Who does the paperwork? So Michael and Diane and Maggie, please stand up. These people do extremely important functions. But what about patient benefits and authorizations? Many of these services we do require authorization. We also need to determine the benefits and deductibles. So Jeannie and Tiffany and Denise, please stand up. The patient is scheduled with the call center. Fast forward to the date of the appointment. The front desk checks them in. So front desk, please stand up. The provider or the medical assistant then brings the patient back to be seen. So all providers and all medical assistants, please stand up. At this point, most everyone is standing, but we're missing an important piece. Once the visit has ended, the provider documents the visit in Athena and then does the bill. But where does the bill go? What happens? That goes to Candy's billing group, Della, Candy, and we bill the insurance company. What happens when the insurance company doesn't want to pay? They don't want to pay us. Their job is to keep the money. What happens when they deny it for a bogus reason? Well, we have collections people. Crystal and Heather, please stand up. They're in the back there. They have to get involved. What about Lisa and Jenny B and now Dawn and Gabriel? They're the clinic managers. They have to deal with all the administering of all of the providers. That's an important piece, so please stand up. And lastly, Nicole Belucci, who pays the bills and pays all of you. Has to get involved. So look, one patient calls in and every single person in the organization is involved, somehow, in some way. Someone's calling me. So everything affects everything. One patient and every single person in this organization is involved. It's very important to understand. So let's be seated for me.